left in this 2003 season. Holy Cross leading the top team in the Patriot League, 38-31.
Tell you, the cheerleaders got a lot to be proud of today. They tell you there, and that guy right there's got a lot to be proud of today.
Dan Allen overseeing the troops. Brown on a keeper, gets to the outside and is popped. He will come up short. David Mitchell and Tyler Nugent played it perfectly. In the first half, Colgate was 4 of 6 on third down conversions. In the second half, they are 0 for 4.
Well, nice job of staying home here. It was the design run all the time. A little push, give a step right there. And it's just a fine job and good speed by David Mitchell to get outside and tackle Chris Brown.
Mitchell is having the best game of the season so far for him. He is playing with fire, as really is the entire Holy Cross unit. Timeout taken by the Crusaders as Brown came onto the field, and it looked like Colgate was going to go for it, Jim. So that's why Holy Cross called timeout. They didn't have their defensive personnel in there that they wanted. This is going to be, this one here, this play shapes up to be a big one.
I tell you what, this is major league. I mean, you know, Colgate's going to go for it here. I think with 14 minutes, you play the field position game. You know, 4th and 7 against this defense, the way they've been playing the second half, is not going to be easy.
You know what it shows, though? I mean, this is really a tip of the hat to Holy Cross, because it shows that Colgate is saying, we're scared right now. We are nervous, and we're going to go for it on 4th down because, you know, we need to get a spark here because things are going downhill in a hurry. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Brown from the shotgun. Jamal Branch is in the backfield along with Eric Guglielmotti. Brown looking down the middle, fires, it is complete. Gerald with the first down reception, and this vocal contingent from Colgate is up on their feet. Well, J.B. Gerald just came up with a big one.
Yeah, J.B. Gerald was wide open in the middle of the field. He found his hole in his zone, and Chris Brown just waited for him. He was waiting for him to get open. He's looking all the way. Right now, he sees him open, and really just a good play on 4th down. Gutsy call, good throw, good play.
Kohler just smacked him. Kohler has really had his hitting hat on today. Toss sweep to Branch. Branch has some room. Branch is going to the end zone. Touchdown, Colgate. They convert on 4th down, and one play later, they are into the end zone. And we are a point after away from being all tied up.
Well, that's what this team will do to you, and that's what a running back like Jamal Branch has the ability to do. They have a 4th and 1. They come up with a huge play. They hand the ball off to their money running back, and he runs it in the end zone. He gets great block from Luke Graham on a crackback. It opens up the seam, and they're in the end zone, down by a point.
And here goes Schwarzberg for the point after. Remember, he has the single season record at Colgate. And this to tie it up. His kick is up and good. And now we're all tied up at 38 apiece. And the kid who played at Falmouth High School comes up with another one.
Watch the crackback block on the right side of your screen in the corner to set David Fitzpatrick and pin him inside right there. That establishes the corner, Luke Graham does, and then he just rides Fitzpatrick all the way down the field. Jamal Branch does what he does best, and that's find the end zone.
So Branch carrying the load into the end zone, and now we are all tied up. 38 apiece with 13:47 left. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're back with more right after this.
Working hard or hardly working, Shiny?
Hey, anybody want to watch the fight at my house this weekend?
Charlie knows somebody who hooked up his cable. Gets all the pay channels for free.
It's a beautiful thing.
What if someone turns you in?
Get out of here. Who's going to turn me in? Back to work, Shiny. Oh, I'm working.
Report cable theft anonymously at cabletheft.com.
Rivalry. Now, the condition or fact of competing with somebody or something. How's this definition of a rivalry? Thanksgiving Day football game played in any weather, under any circumstances, and anywhere. And Central Mass is full of them. Thanksgiving Day. The best football rivalries, old and new, can be seen on Thanksgiving Day Football Frenzy on Channel 3 in Charter Communications. And by the way, this is one Thanksgiving Day treat you can't find on a dish. Okay, here is Branch from Mashpee, Massachusetts. Went to Falmouth High School and then prepped a year at New Hampton. Gets good blocking, shows that speed. And there you go.
Tell you, he's just a good running back. What can you say about the guy? You know, Colgate hasn't been very productive in the second half, and they come up productive when they need to be. And, you know, the thing with good teams is they never die. They never lay down, roll over, and that's what Colgate did right there. They weren't afraid to go for it. They had a lot of confidence in their offense, and they tied up the ball game. But it's only tied. It's not put a nail in Holy Cross's coffin yet.
You're right. Branch is a Walter Payton Award nominee for the best player in 1AA football. Flag flies late in this one. Colgate now playing with a little bit of that momentum on their side.
I think it's going to be an illegal block in the back by Holy Cross, which will take them down to about the 7-yard line.
During the run back.
Colgate's just done a great job all day, flying down the football field and just wreaking havoc on these returns. You see there's 5 maroon helmets in to make the stop. Holy Cross will get it on the 6-yard line, 6.5-yard line.
We're all tied up at 38 apiece. 13:41 left in the game. O'Neal going to go from the shotgun. How about this? Standing right at his goal line, empty set. Now Silva comes over. He will stay in there. O'Neal over the middle, tipped, and it is incomplete. Oh, Nelly. The Holy Cross side just held their breath. It went off the hands of Sean Gruber, and it held up in the air.
Well, you know, the one thing you don't do when you're throwing into the middle of his zone is throw the ball high. If you're going to miss, throw it low. And right here, the ball floats on him. And I tell you what, Holy Cross was very, very, very lucky that that wasn't picked off. Call that dodging a bullet. Call it what you will.
Call it an incomplete pass. It brings up 2nd and 10. O'Neal looking right with time, fires over the middle, and it isn't picked off. Colgate first said it was incomplete, too low. Then one of their players had it, and they said suddenly, no, it was actually complete, but our guy grabbed it. It was incomplete. I think it skipped on the ground. That's a great one there, because initially everyone's going incomplete, it skipped on the ground, but then because it skipped to a Colgate player, they say, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think that was definitely, you know, the referees really weren't in the position to make this call either, but the ball, you see it right there, it hits the ground. Right there. Yep, I mean, that was a good call, good no call. But another bullet dodged by Holy Cross.
3rd and 10. Quick hitter to Confessor. Nothing doing. Oh, man, Nepa was right there. Nepa was right there. Comes up with the big play. That is big.
Wow, I tell you, Colgate defense comes up big when they need to. Now, don't be surprised if they send 11 guys after this punt.
You got McManaway standing in his end zone. J.B. Gerald stands at the Holy Cross 40. The punt, end over end, hits at the 40, takes a Holy Cross roll. Oh, it hit the back of a Colgate
it hit the
player.
back of a Colgate
Tyler Nugent has it.
Oh,
Holy
my
Cross
word.
has found lightning in a bottle.
Wow.
Oh, my. It hit the back of the Colgate
Andre
player.
Moore, number 12.
And Nugent came up with it. And Holy Cross has grabbed lightning in a bottle here. Holy cow.
I'm watching Coach Biddle, and he's pulling his hair out. I mean, you yell fire, fire, fire. That means get away. And right here, hey, it just taps him. I tell you, Andre Moore just goes, wait, who just hit me in the back? He didn't realize it was the football. Oh, my word.
Man. And here we go again. Look at this. They haven't even changed the down marker over on the far side. Things are happening at such a fast pace. Low snap. Good job up by O'Neal to get it. Goes up top for Confessor. Incomplete. Williams on the coverage. Confessor wanted a flag.
Well, you know, Confessor is complaining that he got jammed against the sideline and wasn't able to go after the football, which he could have a little legitimate gripe about if he gets pinned. You can't pin the receiver with your body and make contact. And that's Confessor saying, hey, he held me, he pinned me up against the sideline. Yep. Where's the flag?
That's exactly what he's saying, is that he was holding him. You know, the defender had his arm out in front of Confessor and was holding him back. Second and 10, Silva goes in motion. They fake the handoff, O'Neal's gonna keep it. Quarterback sweep, and he extended the football, and they say he stepped out of bounds about 2 yards short of the first down. He was extending the football as he was going out of bounds, trying to get an extra yard or two. I think he thought he was a little bit closer to the sticks than he was.
I think you're right. Picked up a nice block on the outside. I believe it was Sean Gruber that set it for him. See, he's booting outside looking for a tight end, no one there. He does the wise thing, but a very good block right there by Gruber. And yeah, he comes up about 2 yards short. So.
Yeah, looked like he was a little closer to the stick. I think he thought he was too. So 3rd and 2. Handoff to Silva, and he is met, and he might have lost a yard. Miller spearheading the effort defensively along with Sabo for Colgate.
You know, I was just going to say, this is a very, very big call for Holy Cross, but it looks like they've committed to punting the football and trying to pin Colgate deep. I think it's a good call. I mean, you're able to dodge a bullet by giving Colgate the ball at the 50-yard line by getting it back on a freak special teams play. Now pin them deep.
Now McManaway stands at his own 39. His punt off to the right side. Gerald says get away for it. Now he picks it up at the 10. Oh my. Dangerous play there, but you know what? It works out well for Colgate because that one looked like it was going to roll down inside the 5. And instead, Gerald grabs it, surges forward for a couple, so Colgate will start at their own 13 instead of inside their own 5.
A 37-yard kick and a 2-yard return. You know, most coaches will say if the ball's inside the 15-yard line and the coverage team is down there, let it go. But that ball took a nice soft bounce, and it probably would have settled inside the 5. So Gerald did a pretty good job of fielding that and just able to pick up what he can. But Holy Cross defense has a chance to come up big here and pin down Colgate.
And you look at this. They got 9 guys in the box, Jim. Now 10. They had 10 guys in the box at the start of this play. Branch gets to the outside. Branch still on his feet, and Branch is going to go the distance. It's a foot race to the end zone. Jamal Branch inside the 10 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Colgate. A toss sweep to the left. Holy Cross had 10 in the box. They were loading up against the run, but they were right in the middle, and Branch got around the corner, and he was gone. Wow.
I tell you what, talk about old man momentum, jumping sideline to sideline. Well, he is over on Colgate's right now. Jamal Branch, you know, they had a couple shots at him, but you know, a back like that, when a defense gets tired, he's harder to bring down. And you can't arm tackle him. And Holy Cross just tried too many arm tackles, and he just blew this game wide open with that run.
Jamal Branch has 268 yards rushing on 24 carries. Colgate now goes in front by a touchdown, 45-38.
Again, nothing fancy, a toss sweep. Kevin, you mentioned 10 guys in the box. Watch them all get log jammed. They all get turned back inside. See right there, no one's able to get out and scrape to the football, and now it's just a foot race. So a tired defense, probably, but a back with a big run, definitely. That was huge.
Jamal Branch has gone over 2,000 yards rushing for this season. It is the new Colgate record. He has also set the Patriot League record for rushing touchdowns in a season, but more importantly for Dick Biddle and his squad, the Raiders now have a 7-point lead. We're back with more from Fitton Field right after this.
Governor Mitt Romney.
There's a critical need for blood in Massachusetts. We're the only state in New England that does not collect as much blood as we use. And as our population ages and our medical procedures become more complex, our blood needs increase. Nearly half of us will require a blood transfusion at some point in our lifetime. I ask each of you to give blood through the Red Cross or your local hospital. Together, we can save a life.
All of the highlights from the fall high school sports season, only on Central Mass Champions, premiering December 9th at 7 on Channel 3 and Charter Communications. Your home for Central Mass high school sports.
A large Colgate contingent on hand. You know, they time guys in the 40 when they get to college. Jamal Branch, he got timed in the 87-yard dash. Of course, it's with pads, and, you know, it's on a toss sweep, and it took him 15 seconds for that run. And it puts Colgate in front by a touchdown. And what a happy homecoming for Jamal Branch.
Again, watch the defensive line just get pinned inside. Nice job by Rene Vargas, 53, and Jamal Lewis is off to the races.
He got a nice block downfield from Luke Graham as well. Oh, ball, it's a live football. And Holy Cross recovers. It hit like a wedge shot. It hit at the 18 and actually bounced backwards. Sean McCune, a little slow getting to his feet. McCune's gonna take a knee. He's shaken up. Sean McCune now just drops. There is McCune.
Yeah, and they're looking up around his head and neck area. You know, they're checking out up around his head. So let's see, you know, anytime the ball's in the ground, you dive in, you're going to lead with your head. And right here, you see helmet to helmet, just whack. I mean, that's just a shot. I think it was lights out. I think he got up and just blacks out right there. He's rolling. I think here's his marbles rolling around in there.
He tried to get up, and then he collapsed down, and now there was an ambulance here. Here comes another one in, but there was an ambulance that already left the field.
I think he's going to get up. I think he just, you know, someone answer the phone.
Yeah.
I think he's just ringing pretty good.
Knocked out.
Yeah, it didn't look like his body really got twisted or you know, he took a funny hit to the back of the head or his head snapped back. He just got his belt rung. That's good to see.
Yeah, it is. It is good to see.
Well, Holy
Crowd
Cross
appreciating his effort.
Yeah, you know, and he's played a pretty good football game, McCune. Holy Cross here with a real big offensive series.
And you know, this is what in the twilight of these games, 11:23 remaining. There's still plenty of time left in this one, but this is where games can be decided, and this is where it can go one of two ways. O'Neal gets the corner, gets out of bounds, picks up 5 yards on the play. So a positive play for Holy Cross, and this is what they want now. Bring up, you know, 2nd down and 5, 2nd and 4. And the sunlight is fading fast. We may yet be bringing cars out onto the baseball field and have them turn their headlights on.
I tell you what, either that or stop them on 290 and turn them. But you got about not much daylight left. He's got a whole lot of football to play.
Right, and there's going to be a lot of throwing. O'Neal, with time, fires a dart. It is caught by Larson. And they're going to say he was out of bounds.
And as Bill Robo points out, that's the third one today. You know, both the field judge and the line judge were right on that play, so you really can't question it. You know, when two guys have perfect views at it, you know, you see 1 foot, no, he's out of bounds. You can see his foot right there.
So 3rd and 6. There is Nick Larson from Cincinnati, Ohio. 6'4", 220-pound senior, second leading receiver on this team. And this time, they were trying to throw a screen to Larson, and Bogle was right there. Bogle just never left Larson's hip.
Yep, and Bogle recognized that screen from the get-go. You know, you mentioned, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of throwing. You'll see a lot of throwing by Holy Cross, but not by Colgate. Colgate's going to now put the ball on the ground and just try to chew off this clock. But one of the things I think Holy Cross can't do is get out of their rhythm. Keep running plays the way you were running. Don't try to force it. They know they can score. Just got to be patient.
Yep. McManaway with a high kick. Gerald stands at his own 42, grabs it. Tyler Nugent is right there and slams him to the turf. Great play by Nugent. He's one of the gunners on the punt team, and he was down and waiting for Gerald.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play to actually throttle your body down and not create that 5-yard penalty that you get if you impede that halo, that 2-yard halo. You see him throttle right there, he catches it, wrap up, absolutely no gain.
Nugent, a 2-time high school All-American in lacrosse, was a 3-sport athlete out of White Plains, New York. Same hometown as John O'Neal, but they went to different high schools. Jamal Branch with 268 yards rushing has set a single game record for Colgate, and he just gave a couple back. Or more, I think more aptly is that Holy Cross took a couple back.
Yeah, and
Garrett Robertson there.
You know, you're going to see, again, you're going to see Colgate just trying to grind this clock down. They don't care about points right now. Points are really not, if they can get them, great. But if they can chew 4 or 5 minutes off this clock, because they know they can score. So they're going to run it, and try to just chew off this clock and get out of here and get back to Hamilton, New York.
Brown from the shotgun. Rolling to his right. Fires. It is complete to Gerald, and Gerald is up to midfield. And it looks like he's going to be just a half a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good job by Gary Bordelon to know and to close, to not allow a first down. Good open field tackle. He's got to come back. And I don't think Gerald got that. You know, he didn't. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Branch is your tailback. Googly Amadi is the fullback. Hand off to Branch, straight ahead.
Man.
Oh, what a collision at the line.
He didn't get it.
Ben Kohler just came up and sacrificed his body taking on Branch.
He did not
Branch
get it.
goes 225. Kohler goes $185. Oh, man. Wow. Ben Kohler is going out in his final game at Fitton Field with a bang, literally.
Look at him just fly by the block right here. And I mean, he just absolutely drills him. And Colgate's going to go for it here.
Oh, is this a big play?
Oh, this is, you know.
And the Holy Cross players are telling their fans to get up on their feet and make some noise. Hand off to Branch. Branch gets to the outside and gets a first down. And Branch has had a whole lot of success running outside.
Well, you know, 4th down and 1, a big call, but you got it back like that. You know, it makes that call a little bit more easier to make. Because if he doesn't have it inside, which is where this play's supposed to go, he just turns his shoulders, watch him turn back upfield. And chances are, I mean, if I was at a blackjack table and somebody gave me odds to bet on him getting a yard, I tell you what, I think it would be a sure bet.
And one of the reasons that things weren't there in the middle was that Ben Kohler was right there again. Holy Cross coming on the blitz. And nothing doing. Matt Lemire all over Branch.
I tell you, the defense the second half has played great.
Branch on the carry.
Great play from a lot of guys who played their heart out. I mean, Matt Lemire, we talked about him, local product, and really just contributing big time to this defense.
That is a big-time play. Lemire, Garrett Hunt was there as well. That's a freshman and a sophomore. Lemire, the freshman, Hunt's the sophomore. And you talk about setting the tone for next season, and that's what you do with the final game of the year. Fumbled snap, and Holy Cross has it, I think.
They do. Yes, they do.
Holy Cross has the football. And now it's official. Now it is official. It was a fumbled exchange between the quarterback and the center, and Sain Karim came up with it.
Oh.
Another freshman.
Hussein Karim, again, just a bobble. We talked about turnovers and how there haven't been many in this game. A bobbled snap. Karim, good heads-up play, just sacrifices his body against Rene Vargas.
Yep, he's there with Tim O'Hara. He's actually wrestling his own teammate for the football.
I want credit for it.
So here we go, 7:08 left in the ball game. Holy Cross down by a touchdown. O'Neal from the shotgun. Looking into the sun, hits Silva. Steve Silva gets out over midfield to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play.
I tell you, this is one heck of a football game. I mean, I am like, I don't know. This is like the old days, baby. This is,
You're not kidding.
We talked about in the beginning of the game about bringing back the old tradition, but I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this. Colgate 45, Holy Cross 38, 6:36 left. Sun's going down. Kevin Shea's got to get to a basketball game in about 15 minutes. He ain't going to make it.
Nope. No sale.
Forek, I don't know how he's going to get up the hill. You have to get a helicopter to fly him up.
And second and short, flag flies, and that may be too much time. The play clock expired. Oh, what a killer penalty that is. It was 2nd and 4.
Delay of the game by the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Oh, is that a killer? Now you got 2nd and 10. It's just inside of 10 yards, but you had 2nd down and short. You can play some games, and it's just a delay of game.
Just the clock just runs out of time.
Yep.
They actually could have called illegal procedure too, because it looked as though JT Neitzel moved.
Phil Robo's going to go up top and start the basketball game. He's volunteered. O'Neal with an inside draw to Silva. Steve Silva still on his feet, and he picks up the first down. Steve Silva just kept going. Wow. And that's will. That's a lot of willpower there.
Again, watch the backside guard and tackle. Steve Fox, JT Neitzel pulling around. Nice block by David Cannon. Well, watch Silva put his hand down right there. Scoot, 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 and he picks up the first down. Putting his hand down right there got him the first down.
Yep. Five minutes and 35 seconds and counting left in the ball game. Holy Cross needs a touchdown to tie. O'Neal with time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Dumps it for Silva. Silva trying to get a block. Gets down to the 35-yard line. So John O'Neal making something out of nothing. Waited, and then Steve Silva was right there. Dumps it off to him. And they pick up 7.
And Steve Silva makes a pretty good decision. He was originally stayed in to pass block, and he saw that O'Neal was in desperate trouble, so he just peels back to be a safety valve. So nice heads-up play by Silva. Still able to pick up a good 7 yards.
And bring up 2nd and short. O'Neal looking directly into the sun. Inside handoff, and Gideon Akondi runs right through Hanna. Robert Hanna just smacked Akondi at the line of scrimmage, but Gideon just kept churning the legs and kept pushing forward.
Wow, Robert Hanna really stuck Gideon. But Gideon, still a little bit of giddy up. I mean, he actually bent him backwards, and Gideon just kept his feet moving. Watch Conde go backwards, stays on his feet, and then he just lowers his shoulder, and he gets to, I think the spot, they could have given him about another 6 or 7 inches. So let's see if, I don't think it would have mattered.
It'll be short, but it's a question of, well, you know what?
Wouldn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. So, do your quarterback sneak it here?
Yeah.
You got a guy who's 6'5".
No doubt, because you got 3rd down, so you got 2 shots at it. Go the safe route. But you know what? I mean, I hate to say it, and I hope I don't see it, but don't be surprised if you see Holy Cross go for bingo here.
They could. They could, 4:28 left. It's a 7-point game. O'Neal, 25 of 44 for 283 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hadi Confessor, 11 catches for 161 yards. Dan Allen looking on at midfield, and he has seen his players turn in one whale of an effort. A lot of emotion. Gideon Akonde has the first down, straight ahead. And this is a heavyweight fight, and we're into the 12th round right now.
It is. I don't know why they didn't go for a quarterback sneak there. They actually left the center uncovered. But watch the offensive line surge. You see the pad under pad, and they're just driving. And a nice job by Akonde. Ryan Miller comes up. He comes up as good as anybody in the league from his linebacker position. And Gideon's able to still pick up the first.
Here we go. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game. Holy Cross trails it by a touchdown. O'Neal from the shotgun, looking right, pump fakes, wants it all, he's going deep. Incomplete. Gruber was the intended receiver, and Minot was down there.
Gruber almost looked like he broke his stride a little bit. The defender was absolutely blanketed him. But it looked as though he settled down a little bit too early on that. You see how he took himself out of the range of that football by settling down on about the goal line. But hey, it's a good call. First down, go for it.
How John O'Neal can even see is beyond me. He is looking directly into the sun. O'Neal, hit as he throws, it floats and falls incomplete.
Give me a ball. That
and
hurt
look at
John
O'Neal. He is, yes, you're right.
Hurt him.
He's going to try to shake it off. That hurts a ton. When you're a quarterback and your arm is going full speed ahead, forward, and a defensive lineman comes and just smacks you and stops it dead in its tracks. That does a lot to your elbow.
Yeah, and he was trying to throw this ball deep across the middle, too. So watch it. A full range of motion. He gets hit right there. He gets his arm pulled back. We could probably demonstrate if we get a camera up on Phil Robo. I'm going to hold his arm up, Kevin. You run into it as hard as you can.
Sounds good to me. 5 wide receivers set. Jailbreak. O'Neal got it off. Incomplete. O'Neal got absolutely peppered from the backside by Jeff Gallatly. And the screen pass fell incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 10.
Well, they had that one drive where they hit a lot of screens for some big yards. But, Colgate, the good academic institution they are, went back to the sidelines, did a little bit of homework, and now they're recognizing these screens pretty well. So I think you got to scrap them and go to something else.
Well, the crowd here on both sides of the field up on their feet right now. 4th and 10. This could be the ball game. O'Neal to throw with time over the middle. Incomplete. Incomplete. A great defensive play.
You know who made that
by
play?
Andrew Moore.
Andrew Moore, the same guy that the ball hit his back on the punt that gave Holy Cross the football with great field position. Moore saved the touchdown right there because that ball was a very well thrown football. But watch Moore come in just at the last second and get him. I mean, he just literally got a fingernail on it. And that was 6.
You're right about that.
Believe it.
We're talking about a tie ball game right now.
Yeah,
if he is a half a step slower, that's a tie ball game.
They had it. Good post route, good throw, but an excellent defensive effort.
Well, Holy Cross has 2 timeouts left, so they've got to get a stop. They've got to stop Branch a couple times here, and they could get the ball back. Here's the toss sweep that has worked so well for Branch. And he's down, and see if the Crusaders call for a timeout.
The end of that play, what a great heads-up play by Jamal Branch. He fell down. He basically fell down so he wouldn't go out of bounds. Watch how Holy Cross does a fine job of stringing the play out. So he shuffled down the line of scrimmage. But watch him when he gets to like the 30. Right here, he says, you know what?
You're right.
Take a dive.
You're right. That's a heads-up play.
It's good play.
Clock is running under 3 minutes now. 2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. If Holy Cross stops Branch here, I'm sure they will take a timeout. Same thing, toss sweep to the left. Branch falls down. He'll be short of the first down, and the Crusaders do call for a timeout. He will come up just short of a first down.
It's actually not a bad play what he did there either. It looked like he almost fell down before the first down yard marker, so the clock wouldn't stop. When they move the change, the clock will stop. He forced Holy Cross to burn a timeout before the 2-minute warning.
Just a reminder, we've got a full day of football for you on Thanksgiving Day, our Thanksgiving Day football frenzy. Highlights from all the high school games in Central Mass, as well as post-game, pre-game speeches, and in-studio analysis from a couple high school coaches. Join us right here on Channel 3, Thanksgiving night at 6:30. And that's going to replay at 9, 10, and 11 o'clock. And then we have got Central Mass Champions, our 1-hour salute to the high school fall sports season. We've got district playoffs, we have got state playoffs, and all the teams in Central Mass that were involved in the postseason and went deep into the postseason, they'll be on there. December 9th is the first running of Central Mass Champions, 7 p.m. The shadows are way past long here at Fitton Field. The sun is almost setting. Holy Cross needs a stop here. Brown is dropped for a loss. And now the Crusaders will take another timeout. Brown dropped for a 5-yard loss, and Holy Cross is going to get the ball back, Jim.
This is unbelievable.
Oh.
I was right before that play, I'm saying to myself, I don't think I've seen this many fans at Fitton Field with 2 minutes left to play in a football game. But look at the defense. They have not fallen asleep, and they do not look tired. Great pressure. Good job of pursuit, and they come up with a huge play on Chris Brown. Colgate has to punt this football. Holy Cross will get the ball back with the 2-minute warning still left to be called. So, hey, it's plenty of time to try to tie this ball game up.
Man alive, this thing is far from done.
I have to ask you the question because I don't know if people listening knows that Kevin Shea has to go run up the top of the hill to do a basketball game. What do you do if you don't make it? I mean, you just...
George Brown's up there from WTAG, and I think he's going to have to take the helm until we can get up there. It starts right now. The pregame portion of
is scrap pregame.
Right. Well, we got Bob Foraker, the birthday boy, still on the radio. So
and it takes him at least a half an hour to get up there.
Oh, you're not kidding. How much more daylight do we have?
He may have a police escort. Foraker may get a campus police escort up to the Hart Center.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that he was involved in kind of a police deal, but just it'd be the first time that it was a friendly escort.
Oh!
High-hanging punt. Confessor calls for the fair catch and makes it. And that's, you know what? It may seem like a little thing, but Artie Confessor's looking directly into the sun, and that's a big play.
At the Crusader 26.
Take a look at, that's what Artie Confessor's looking at. How do you find a football once it goes up into that big ball of sun?
That's a good question. I guess you just wait for it to make its descent.
Well, what a way to finish up the season. Final game of the 2003 season, and we are going to come right down to the wire. 2:15 left in the ball game.
Hold on to your ham sandwiches. Here we go.
Holy Cross needs a touchdown. Here's O'Neal. Pump fake. Going deep. Airing it out. Incomplete off the fingertips of Nick Larson. I'll tell you what. That was Sean Gruber who they were firing for. What an arm John O'Neal has, Jim. That ball was thrown a mile.
That was a cannon. You know, they faked the quick screen to Confessor, and then they threw it deep to Gruber. You know, though, I got to give the Colgate defensive backs a lot of credit. When they're in that man-to-man running those sideline routes, they have done a great job all game, just not to give the Holy Cross receivers any room to make those catches.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Let's go, D!
Empty backfield once again. Gideon Akandi will stay in and help to block. O'Neal fires, incomplete. He was looking for Larson.
Third down.
And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Wow. Phil Robo just tells us that's the 50th pass by O'Neal. I wonder why his arm hurts.
Wait till he gets up tomorrow.
You know, it's a pretty good adjustment by Nick Larson that time, though. He broke his route to the corner, and O'Neal actually picked it up. He just overthrew him.
3rd and 10, this is a big one. Colgate players getting their crowd up on their feet. Holy Cross doing the same. O'Neal fires underneath for Larson. Nick Larson has it at about the 31-yard line, so a pickup of 6. Pickup of about 6. It'll bring up 4th down and 3 or 4. This is it. This is the season. This is the game. O'Neal under pressure, and he flings it, but he is down. John O'Neal was under pressure, under siege, and just couldn't get the ball off downfield. And that's how this one is going to end.
Wow. I tell you what, be proud of these Purple Crusaders today, because they took a heavyweight champion to the 12th round. They took him deep into the 12th round. And here's John O'Neal just trying to make a desperation effort. Little twist on inside. They finally get a little bit of pressure. The offensive line played phenomenal all game long. Right there, just good pressure by Colgate. And O'Neal just tries to fling a prayer up. The prayer's not answered. Colgate will take over, take a knee, and they'll just get on that bus and get out of here with a big, big sigh of relief.
Yeah, they will be very, very happy to get back to Hamilton and to get out of Dodge here alive. I mean, they, as you mentioned, they were taken to the 12th round by this Holy Cross football team, and Colgate is going to go on to the 1AA playoffs. They will represent the Patriot League in postseason play. Dick Biddle and his crew, Patriot League champions, and Holy Cross going out in this 2003 season as the sun sets upon this season with a great effort against a very talented team, a championship team.
Wow, I mean, whoever would have thought that they'd put up 38 points against Colgate, and actually they'd have a chance to pull this game off. They had their opportunities. I tell you, what a football game.
You're right about that.
Watching the Colgate coaches walk by us.
Oh, they're going after Dick Biddle with the water.
Oh,
they got him. They got him. They were chasing him down the sideline, and they got him.
You notice how they use the blue water bucket, though? Those Duke colors?
Oh. We shall see. The next couple weeks will be interesting after the season ends.
But hey, he's got a lot of season left.
You're right about that. First undefeated season since 1932. They were 9-0 back in 1932. They are 12-0 here in 2003 in the regular season. Coaches exchanging handshakes, and Colgate will go on and represent the Patriot League in the 1AA playoffs. And